Welcome to the Joy Business Report. In our headlines, government moves to limit borrowings by state-owned enterprises and other entities as part of efforts to check the country's rising debts. Also, Ghana Stock Exchange promises exciting times in the future as securities worth over 700 billion cedis traded on the fixed income market last year, and government advised to block revenue leakages at the ports to meet income target in the 2023 budget. We'll hear from economist Professor Charles Aka. I am Amiesi Nyamiche Thompson. Settle now for the details. Now, government has placed new restrictions on borrowings by state-owned enterprises and other entities to check the country's rising debts. This was captured in the country's new debt management strategy document. George Rafi has the rest of the story.
The document gives fine details on how government plans to deal with the debts from this year to 2026. This is more of measures to bring Ghana's debts to sustainable levels. It is coming after the World Bank and the IMF classified the country's debts as unsustainable. Government in the document argued that despite plans to limit contracting new debts from non-concessional sources, there might be a window for such borrowings in cases where it is needed to finance very important projects. The Ministry of Finance is also looking at asking these state institutions to pay an upfront fee or non-refundable charge in situations where government has to issue guarantee for these loans, or what is called no objection to borrow on the books of these state institutions. These measures may help in mitigating the fiscal risk to government. These programs that government is already implementing is different from the current debt exchange program that is aimed at bringing Ghana's debts to sustainable levels by 2028.
The Ghana Stock Exchange is promising more exciting times in the future. Securities worth over 700 billion cedis has been traded on the Ghana fixed income market as of the end of last year. Over 90% were into government securities. Managing Director Abna Amoah reiterates that the exchange will diversify its portfolio to grow the market.
In terms of volumes and values traded on the fixed income market, as at the end of last year, cumulatively, securities worth over 700 billion Ghana cedis have been traded on the market. Over 90% of this has been in government securities. And so for us, as we develop our capital markets and implement our own strategic plans, one of the key areas we are looking at is diversification, new products and new services. And I want to highlight a few of them. The market is working very hard together to launch and operationalize a commercial paper market. A commercial paper essentially will enable companies like Letsero to raise short-term capital.
Abna Amoah, MD, Ghana Stock Exchange. The economist Professor Charles Aka has advised government to block revenue leakages at the ports to help government meet its income target in the 2023 budget. He maintains that the port holds enough resources enable government meet its fiscal projections. Speaking to Joy Business, Professor Aka said reducing tax evasions could prevent government from borrowing to meet its expenditure.
The tax gap is about 84%. Which we are raising only just about 16% of the potential. We could have raised more revenue from the corporate sector than we are doing. If you come to VAT, it's the same thing. If you come to import duty, which there's a lot of evasion at the customs, we could have raised about 30% more revenue from import duty than we are raising. So we need to look at the tax administration and reform it and set them ambitious target and let them raise the revenue. Otherwise, we'll keep going to IMF. Because when you don't raise enough revenue, you need to borrow. And if you don't borrow from your central bank, you need to go and borrow from the international capital market.
The National Pensioners Association says it will roll out a number of projects to support its members across the country. According to General Secretary Stephen Boakye, the association is working with the Social Security and National Insurance Trust SNIT to develop more innovative ideas to support its members. He spoke to Joy Business at an event to give out some 7 houses to its executives.
The management of Lake Estate, we commend them. Then again, I said SNIT, the current board, NPRA, their board, then the management of the current SNIT. We appreciate them for the assistance they have given us, not the purchase of the house, because the houses, we purchase them by our funds. So it's our own homegrown project. But the assistance for the association is enormous. After this, they will take care of the houses, and we have other projects too that will benefit the association, which is in the pipeline.
The managing director of Hollard Insurance, Daniel Boy Addo, has indicated that the insurance industry has recorded some marginal growth in the past few months. According to him, the company is employing strategies to increase insurance coverage in the country. He is speaking at the launch of the Hollard Insure Pack.
The industry is growing. I mean, if you compare where we are now to where we were 10 years ago, there's a significant difference. However, there's still a lot of distance to be cleared. Still, penetration is around 1%, and it's been so for the last few years. However, in the last few years, if you would note, there's been a lot of innovation in the insurance space, all aimed at solving the accessibility problem. Hopefully, in the future, everyone will have an insurance or access to an insurance product very close to wherever they want it.
And that was Managing Director of Hollard Insurance, Daniel Boy Addo. Now on Investor Eye, make sure you keep all documents related to any investment you make to help police investigations anytime you become a victim of investment fraud. Let's listen to the head of Technical ICT and Digital Forensic at the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Amankwa Atta.
If an individual realizes they have been duped or deceived, there are several immediate remedial measures they can take. Here are some of the steps to be considered. 1. Stay calm and control your emotions. It is important to remain calm and composed when you discovering that you have been duped. Losing your control can sometimes further mistakes or impulsive decisions. 2. Gather evidence. Try to gather all available evidence of the deception. This includes any documents, email, message, or other form of communication that can support your claim. Take snapshots, that's screenshots, photos, or make copies of relevant record to preserve the evidence.
Head of Technical and ICT at Digital Forensic at the Economic and Organized Crime Office, Amankwa Atta. Now let's head to the commodity market. Crude oil is selling at $85 a barrel after going down marginally from yesterday's trading. Gold went down by almost $3 and is going for $1,945 an ounce. Cocoa is going for $3,639 a ton after going up by $51. Also on the currency market, the cedi is still going for 11 cedi 50 pesos against on the forest or retail market, and it's still selling at 14 cedi 78 pesos to the pound. It however improved in value against the euro, trading at 12 cedis 48 pesos to the euro. And that's it for the Joy Business Report. I am Amisi Nyamiche Thompson. The Business, the Super Morning Show continues.
And thanks to Mami AC Nyamiche Thompson for the Joy Business Report. This morning is 28 minutes after 6. This is the Super Morning Show. Time for us to take our inspirational song, which is brought to you by Duraplast Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC and HDPE pipes and water tank. Where Duraplast goes, water flows. Here's our inspirational song this morning.
Woke up one Sunday morning, told my daddy I'm leaving home, going off to the city tomorrow, even though I don't know where to go. And daddy says, son, don't be a fool, 'cause life in the city is unbelievable. Get broken, no, you're just a little boy, and you may never find